Good evening, viewer. Welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Here's breaking news. Yeah, our brain. Our brain measures time by counting experiences, not by following a strict chronological order. A new study by a team of UNLV researchers suggests that there is a lot of truth to the trophy time files when you are having fun. In their study recently published in the journal Current Biology, the researchers discovered that our perception of time is based on the number of experiences we have, not on an internal clock. Additionally, they found that increasing speed or output during an activity appears to affect how our brains perceive time. We tell time in our own experience by things we do. Things that happen to us, said James Hyman, a UNLV Associate Professor of Psychology and the study's senior author. When we are still and we are bored, time goes very slowly because we are not doing anything or nothing is happening. On the contrary, when a lot of events happen, each one of those activities is advancing our brains forward. And if this is how our brains objectively tell time, then the more that we do and the more that happens to us, the faster time goes. The findings are based on an analysis of activity in the anterior cingulate cortex, that is called ACC, a portion of the brain important for monitoring activity and tracking experiences. To do this, rodents were tasked with using their noses to respond to a prompt 200 times. Scientists already knew that brain patterns are similar but slightly different each time you do a repetitive motion, so they set out to ensure is it possible to detect whether these slight differences in brain patterns changes correspond with doing the first versa and call the verses toward death motion in series, and does the amount of time it takes to complete a series of motions impact brainwave activity. By comparing pattern changes throughout the course of the tasks, researchers observed that there are indeed detectable changes in brain activity that occur as one moves from the beginning to middle to end of carrying out a task. And regardless of how slowly or quickly the animals move, the brain patterns followed the same path. Yeah, the patterns were consistent when researchers applied a machine learning based mathematical model to predict the flow of brain activity, bolstering evidence that it is experiences, not time or a prescribed number of minutes as you would measure it on a clock that produce changes in our neurons activity patterns. Behind this exclusive report, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, Bharat.